In the face of all this concern that Donald Trump wants to play dictator, that he is setting the nation up to be a dictatorship, that he is trying to play the role of dictator, Democrats have had one tool in the House of Representatives that they've been able to use to start the process to establish some little tiny bit of accountability. And it's a procedure. It's in the rules of the House of Representatives. It's called a resolution of inquiry. And it's a congressional tool for demanding information from the executive branch. This is, the Article 1 branch demanding information from the Article 2 branch because they have an oversight responsibility for both the Article 2 and Article 3 branches. Congress does. In fact, there's an oversight committee in the House of Representatives. So these resolutions of inquiry, the way that they work is, and by the way, these go back to the very first Congress. So what happens is if the committee of jurisdiction, so let's say it's the Judiciary Committee, decides that they want some information from the Trump administration, and a Democrat on the Judiciary Committee wants some information from the Trump administration on why they're not, on their internal deliberations about why they're not recognizing the Supreme Court's authority to bring Kilmar Garcia back into the United States. If they want that, a Democratic member would present to the committee a resolution of inquiry. The committee would then vote on it. And the committees are all controlled by Republicans, keep in mind. Every single one of them by at least a one-vote majority. The committee votes on it, and if a majority of members of the committee vote for that resolution of inquiry, then it becomes an official act. Then it gets what's called privileged status. And normally the Speaker of the House is the gatekeeper when it comes to what gets voted on in the House of Representatives. Typically, everything that gets voted on has to go through him, with two exceptions that I know of. There's probably others. One of them is this resolution of inquiry. So then at that point, the Speaker can't prevent it from being voted on. If it comes out of committee, that it has to get a vote on whether to demand, whatever it is, the X from the administration. And a number of these resolutions have been introduced, and some have even passed. One resolution demanded documents about Elon Musk's status as a special government employee and wanted information on his conflicts of interest. He has apparently shut down investigations into his companies that could have cost him billions. Now, keep in mind, he only invested $300 million in Donald Trump's election and has already apparently saved himself billions of dollars. So that was one. Another resolution wanted information about whether DOJ was using AI to identify targets for their shutdowns and their layoffs. Congressman Adam Smith of Washington wanted answers from Pete Hegseth on the Signalgate thing. So what did Speaker Johnson do yesterday? He put forward a motion to change the rules of the House of Representatives. Again, keep in mind, these are rules that were established during the George Washington administration. And they stood through the Washington administration, the Adams administration, the Jefferson administration, the Madison administration, the Monroe administration, the Jackson, just right all the way up through today. For 200 and almost 50 years, this resolution of inquiry has been part of the rules of the House of Representatives. And yesterday, on a 213 to 208 vote, Speaker Johnson successfully removed the ability of Democrats to demand information from the executive branch, from the president, from their rules. So what we're seeing here is Speaker Mike Johnson, overseeing the further neutering, the castration, the defenestration is a great word, but it just means push them out the window. But I'm looking for a vocabulary word here. The timidization of the House of Representatives. I mean, the House of Representatives is the first among all equals, right? They are the closest to the people. Every single member is elected every 2 years, every single one. Unlike the Senate, where it's every 6 years, and they have 3 tranches basically. All legislation must originate in the House of Representatives. It's in the Constitution. I mean, they are the first among equals. They are the ones who are the closest to we the people. And yet, Mike Johnson is saying, well, we don't really want that power. Because, we Republicans in the House of Representatives, we all agree that Donald Trump should be allowed to be a dictator. And so we're going to take away our own power to hold Trump accountable. And you know where this is coming from, right? This is, some wise guy in the White House is saying, well, how dare they try to look over our shoulders? Don't they know this is a dictatorship? They're going to find out soon enough.